Radamer's disgusting creatures.
Yeah, next time maybe you should stand behind us. I mean, we're kind of supposed to be pushed around and, stand up to the bullies.
Radamer seems to just straighten his robe. He's not too much bothered by this. But that ends your meeting.
All right.
Radamer has basically got your permission to put you into the gladiatorial ring. But first, he goes about and he brings you back to the wagons. They don't seem to bother you when you're at your wagons. You do find an inn nearby for the first day or two. But at this point, Radamer will say it's about 15 days before the spring games begin, and Radamer has managed to find teachers for all of you after making deals with the commissars of their arena. You don't know what fights you're going to have or fights, but you do have a training montage. Montage. All right, so each of you get 3 training points. These masters are good enough that we'll say that they automatically succeed in training a bunch of first, second, and third level dudes. We do need a name for the one who oversees your training, and we'll make him a blue dragonborn. No, we won't make him blue. Blue, maybe.
Is there like a
his name is
old
Nick.
monk looking?
There he
He's
is.
blue. Da boo dee da boo da.
I've got a brass dragon or a red dragon teacher. How about a red dragon teacher? Reds are actually pretty low on the totem pole, and they are the guards. So you've got a red dragon teacher. He's a monk, and his name is, or he's a warrior. What's his name?
Rouge.
Mick Mick for short.
Bob.
And his catchphrase is, "You're a bum and you'll always be a bum."
Not Zargon. We've already got a Zargon. Fine. I will go to 7 Sanctum.
That was him saying, "We all suck. You all suck." A bunch of dookie.
Branitor. That's a good name. I like that name.
Evil sounding names.
He might be a nice guy. Pai Moo.
If you don't use Branitor, I'm using Branitor.
Could just be some dude named Branitor. Some
Yep.
first level commoner.
Branitor!
You can use Branitor for your own uses.
The chat's having some funsies. Sorry.
Have you considered Zargon though?
Gunzar.
Branitor sounds like a fiber supplement marketed towards bodybuilders.
All right. His name is Nakumi Ball. Nakumi Ball is a training master who has many servants that serve him. He has trained gladiators before, and on the first day of training, basically he whips all of you silly. The whole 6 of you are not going to play through the combat where the high-level monk warrior, with a bit of spellcasting, beats the living piss out of you guys. You spend the next day basically recovering, and then your training begins underneath a variety of masters in a variety of ways. Normally, your Ludus would have to make training rolls and schedule the training. There are enough trainers here, and Radamer's done a really good job at selling your blood in their arena to afford the training of these low-level...
Really disturbing way to phrase that.
Yeah, pretty much.
You sold our sweat.
though.
You
Yep,
sell sweat instead?
he sold your future blood. He may have convinced them that you would do better with a little bit of training first before being thrown into the
They're
pit.
such noobs. Oh, my guys, they're so
before,
noob. Oh,
before being thrown into the Pit of Drakkar to be a retroactive offering to Chella the Azure.
you at least show us the controls before...
All right, Snowbeard, you have 3 training points. What did you spend your 3 training points in? Snowbeard is basically a first-level warrior before we began this.
Yeah. So the first thing he does is he retrains his level from warrior to fighter.
Okay, because feats are great.
Then he trains to his second level because he's enough XP.
Yep.
And that level is a level in brawler.
Okay.
And then for his third point, he trains for an archetype for brawler, and that is mutagenic mauler.
So he learned something about alchemy when he
That's
was
right.
blowing
He was
up
still
when
at it.
he was blowing up that wizard's lab.
Did you think this all the way through?
Yeah.
If he accidentally drinks a con one, he'll have a 2 charisma.
Yes, I know, but he will never accidentally drink a con one once.
It is the most expedient way, aside from going up in barbarian, to have a +4 to your strength or a +4 to your dex.
It's better than barbarian because it comes with a bonus to AC and
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
instead of a
All
minus
right,
2 AC, it's a +2.
Snowbeard's basically survivability has increased
Tripled.
because of this.
Yes.
Yes. All right, so there were no ability score increases. You're like, I'm setting myself up for success by basically multi-classing and turning my fighter into it. Okay, what feats did you take? Because you got some feats out of this.
Well, he gets improved unarmed strike with brawler,
Yep.
and he took furious focus
Cool.
for his
So basically, he's going
Fighter
two-handed fighter, like
two-handed fighter. Yeah.
Okay. So the pick is actually kind of a nice weapon because you could do it two-handed and you can get a lot of damage out of it when you crit. Awesome.
Is he eventually going to archetype the fighter as well?
Yes, he is.
Okay, yeah, this smells like a Mark build.
Yep.
I know this is fucking. You're gonna make something out of the dirt that is Snowbeard. I have a feeling.
God damn right, he's got a king in the fucking arena.
All right, so one of the things that you need to keep track of is your alchemist kit that allows you to create your mutagen. So we'll say that the training allows you to have one. The dragons have alchemists. They're able to train you. We'll say that this was Radamer's decision. I know it was the player's decision, but Radamer was starting to plot out what you guys should be doing.
Okay.
And he actually talked to Undwin, and Undwin knew enough about alchemy that knew that Snowbeard was trying out stuff. I caught him like drinking random potions because he thought they would make him better.
Dude, he used to be the handsomest dwarf ever. Drank some crap he made, and look at him now.
All right, so let's do
Fix my shit.
let's do Uggs. So Ugg's 3 training points. In fact, Ugg is only going to have to spend 2 because his ability score is already too high to train them. He basically trains to level up. No, actually, he doesn't have enough XP for level. Sorry. He has high enough ability scores that he can gestalt. So he trained once and twice for two barbarian levels in his gestalt. So he's a rogue 2, ogrekin 1, gestalt barbarian 2, ogrekin 1. And with the barbarian, he gained fast movement, he gained rage. His rage power is Raging Grappler. So when he's grappling and starts a grapple, he does damage as if he was maintaining it. And then when he's rolling to maintain, he can decide to put himself, the opponent, or both people prone.
Oh.
So he basically throws you to the ground, basically,
So-
whenever he maintains his grapple.
Yes.
So that's while he's raging, and I don't think he got anything else aside from more hit points and some better skills, which he will get when he goes up at an actual level. So he used 2 points to basically gestalt into Barbarian. He had nothing else to spend it on, so I was happy with the rest of his build, so that was that. Edward,
Wow.
he leveled.
Spaghetti.
So he basically spent a training point to level, and then I believe he spent a training point to up one of his stats. I wish I kept track of this because I just sort of built it in. He's now fully trained up in his stats. I think his dex went from 15 to 16, and maybe his int went up by 1.
Did he get a bunch of skill points?
He may have got...
Because if his int went up, then he should learn a language, and he might learn Draconic, just saying.
His int went up, and it's still odd, though. So that...
Now it's odd.
Yeah, now it's odd. Let's see.
Odd. Weird.
His Mage Arcana gives him 2 Swashbuckler deeds. And he gets to spend his Arcana points as if they were Panache.
Panache.
He has Daring Do, which allows him to do like Acrobatics, Climb, Escape, Fly, Ride, Swim. But he has Opportune Parry and Riposte.
What level is he?
He's a 3rd level Magus.
You don't want to give him Precise Strike?
He's already got Slashing Grace.
No, Precise Strike is different, but it works with Slashing Grace. You add your level as precision damage.
Oh, no, I think he's going to take the thing where it allows him to block.
Okay, yeah, that is good too.
And then he'll go, I'll mark down in his progression that we want Precise Strike.
Don't get me wrong, when I played a Swashbuckler, that was fun.
Yep. As spells, his major spells are pretty much like he's got a Color Spray 2, Shocking Grasp, and a Shield spell prepared. But his spellcaster spells, which he gets to pick from any pool out of Druid, Cleric, and Wizard Sorcerer, his spells in his 1st level slot, he casts like an Oracle, is Cure Light Wounds, Produce Fire, and Divine Favor. So he's got Divine Favor now, plus, yeah. So he basically went up in a little bit of power as well, this level.
Okay.
His feats are Dervish Dance and Power Attack, Arcane Strike, and Weapon Finesse. So those are his feats. Yeah, he took Power Attack this level to do a little bit more damage as well. That was a good level for him. Let's talk about the 3 levels, the 3 training points for Arlen. Arlen, what did you train?
Left foot, right foot.
Arlen spent a point to level.
Yep.
So 2nd cleric. It doesn't give me much. It gives me basically a spell, 1st level spell. 3rd level is going to be
caster level, and
yeah. That doesn't matter.
Yep.
Well,
You doubled your hit points.
I doubled my hit points. That's a fucking. That's a big boost.
That's
very
important. Yeah.
There's a I wanted to lift the curtain a bit. There's a bit of a whiny email of 1st level, 2nd level cleric sucks. It's like the fucking about 2nd level clerics. What's wrong with you?
Right. Okay. So 2nd level cleric, and then you
that's
train.
1 point.
Yep.
And then I trained Int and Wiz. They're both odd.
Okay.
So yeah, my Wisdom is now 18. My Int is now 14.
So we got to get our attributes up to
84.
80. Oh my God, Snowbeard's never going to gestalt.
Sam's also working on it.
He's at 67. Okay.
Oh Jesus!
That's a deficit right there.
Well, no. This means that when you put enough time into Snowbeard, you will build him however you wanted him in the first place. Whatever was optimal, he will be that.
Yep.
His wisdom will be too high for Mark. Mark's will be looking at wisdom the whole time, going, "What's this bullshit?"
I'm my own guy. All right, so Arlen basically leveled up. He's a 2nd level cleric now.
Topped himself off.
Yep. And his feat is Selective Channel, which he had at 1st anyways. So Sam, what did you spend your training points on, Sam?
Sam was already 3rd level, didn't have the XP, and he doesn't have a high enough ability score for him to change his Gestalt yet. So, because he eventually wants to turn his Expert into Rogue, because evasion and punching right into balls, just so hard, is going to be excellent.
A Brawler Rogue?
A Brawler Rogue.
That's weird, because that was
bro-
the
a bro-
gestalt I was going to go for with Snowbeard.
You know what? I think Ugg's build is going to be 2 levels of Rogue, 17 levels of Brawler, and then Gestalt Barbarian. So there's going to be this flavor of brawlers.
Just crush things.
That works, man. That works. A bunch of pugilists.
I love it. And then so I went for ability scores, and this actually took some thought. I rounded off strength and put 2 points into dex to max out the base.
Okay, so your strength is now total of 14.
Yep.
And then your dex is now 20?
20.
Cool.
Yeah. I've got one more ability point that I can train eventually, and it's going to probably go into charisma, because, hey, sexy boy. Sexy boy.
Okay. Wait, you did 2 of them, so strength and dex, and you've got one more?
It was 2 strength, or 2 dex.
2 dex.
Dex,
okay.
dex, strength.
Yep, that works. Base is max 18, so that definitely works. And you're 1 point away from being able to train into a Gestalt. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So we'll say that takes 3 5-day slots, and we'll get into what those 5-day slots mean in a calendar next game, which is where the masters get to start ruling over their ludus like a bunch of
apparently psychos.
Psycho tyrants.
I decided
See the end of last session. Psychos.
I decided at the end of last game, you know what? We're slave owners who make their slaves fight to the death.
The way I'm doing
villains.
the way I'm doing
like
this, Drakester, is not every level you get the normal ability score bonuses, but because we rolled and some of their ability scores were really subpar. The Marty method of creating characters is you start off in all 14 and you increment and decrement until you're there. Until you have it, minimum 8 starting score in your base, maximum 18. But that totals out to 84. So I figured that was a good place to make special things happen if you were able to train ability scores up to a certain point. Ugg, however, for example, he's got 86. If you total all of his ability scores together, base, he is well beyond 84, which means he can no longer train his ability scores. How does he increase ability scores going forward? Leveling is the usual way. So level 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And then finding books or wishes would be the last way. And then items to booster strength and all that jazz. So this is basically allowing them to recuperate or sort of like salvage a playable character that is on par with the rest of the characters in the campaign world from some crappy rolls. Like, look at Snowbeard's starting scores. 14, 10, 12, 10, 14, 7.
This turns Snowbeard from a joke into something that's worth playing because you can turn it into something.
Yep.
Still nice.
Which was the pushback that I got from my players when I said, hey, let's just do a bunch of random rolls. They're all like, I don't want to play this character who's shitty forever.
Been there, done that.
Right.
Multiclassed it to half celestial to get some ability scores.
So that's kind of what we mean by training. And then how powerful the ludus is will determine how many training points you get to spend amongst all of your gladiators. We're getting a hint of it here because basically I wanted these guys to have a little bit of training before they get thrown into the arena. Now, the first day of spring is a day of celebration amongst the dragonborn of the City of Pagodas. I'm going to open up another map, which is called the Pit of Drakkar. The Pit of Drakkar is where some of you will not walk out of.
You say that every fight. And you know what? You're right, because Arlen didn't walk nowhere out of the last fight.
I can make it!
Snowbeard's gonna save Natalie Portman.
Snow.
So there's the pit. And there's the arena full of dragonborn and
cool.
and
Are they somewhat insect-looking dragonborn?
yeah, well, the kobolds are insect-looking.
All right, cool.
And some of them might be wearing like fake wings out of a way to to give homage to Chella the Azure. You have heard this name Chella the Azure a few times, and it is for her spirit that these games are running. In fact, the Pit of Drakkar leads down into Chella's old lair, and it is a place apparently where you don't want to fall down into, as it is still tended today, perhaps by dragonborn that worship her as a god.
We're going down there at 18th level, and we're killing that Draco Lich that I know is down there. I know it.
Dude, this is the perfect arena for Uker. There's a pit of doom and everything. You just kick people into the pit.
Bye.
Uker and Altagar would dominate here. Into the pit, into the pit, into the pit.
All right. During the time of training in those 15 days, Arlen has been given a chair. It is a metal-reinforced dark wood chair that gives him a 20 move speed on flat ground.
Yoo-hoo. Unfortunately, it's sand.
Does it require use of his hands?
Moving would require use of both of his hands, yes, or somebody pushing him, which means that somebody pushing him would go at their own speed.
Hey,
So
do you want to see how fast we can go, Arlen?
Arlen casts Expeditious Retreat on whoever's going to push him.
It doesn't work that way. It's personal.
Oh, bells.
All right, I need to find a wooden, old-timey wooden wheelchair.
Type in creepy wheelchair. There'll be
Yeah,
lots.
that's how you do it. Creepy wheelchairs. Where the little wheels are at the back, not the front.
Creepy wheelchair. Okay,
Yeah.
Let's see. We need a token
So,
for Arlen's
I'm
wheelchair.
gonna put that down under feet.
Creepy wheelchair just has a bunch of skeletons sitting in wheelchairs.
That's not what... I'm
That's kind of
disappointed in the Google foo. Let's see what I got. So I got I got a bunch of empty ones, like Insane Asylum ones.
Okay, I've got one that will do for now. Maybe his wheelchair will become more like battle arena chair as time goes on.
Oh,
like
yeah.
spikes and shit like that. But,
We'll get like a fast character or put a horse in front of it. So it's like his carriage. Like, ouch!
sticking
Or a
Arlen
dog.
on a
Big dog.
So there's the wheelchair guys in Bloodborne. We need to get him one of those wheelchairs. Where they got there's two kinds of one with a cannon, another one with a Gatling gun, sort of built into the chair.
Arlen's wheeled chair, V1. V1.
Call them wheels.
It's a 1A, one Arlen power.
Yep, it's not an animated object yet. Oh, that's a cool idea. Right, there's Arlen's chair, and we'll just stick Arlen on top of it. While in your chair, you are partial prone. You're not fully prone, so only -2 to your melee attacks and -2 to your AC. Standing up, however, would not be advised. All right, so Radamer make sure that they're while Arlen spent a lot of time meditating and doing Sudoku and a bunch of other things. What was it? Drama class, Sudoku, and meditation?
Yeah, that was. There was a question about how would you train mentals. So this is how you train mentals.
Drama club and.
There were craftsmen that came and sort of fitted out the chair. Roger, I guess, is a 4th level. He's a 4th level. You may want to make a page for Roger just so we can mark it down. He's a 4th level fighter who's got point blank shot, precise shot, rapid shot with his gun. He could have retrained one of some of his feats. I don't think I've got enough of them for him, though.
So, Roger. So he is.
Where is the wheelchair?
It's just underneath Arlen.
Ador, and he is not rolled, so he would be like Cap 1. He'd be a C0. We're gonna go C001. As his number, and it will be Roger, and he's a fighter 4. You said.
Yep.
Okay. With a bunch of ranged feats is what I heard. I heard point blank shot, rapid reload, gun, exotic weapon proficiency, gun, point deadly aim, point blank.
Yep, and we're gonna give Roger a new token. What is the name of the guy who hangs out in the movies with? Oh fuck, I'm gonna do this. What's the name of the guy with the guy?
That's not a very good way to communicate.
No, it's not.
Siskel and Ebert.
Your Highness.
Oh.
The dude with the goatee.
Yeah,
the bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
He was in the new Alien movie, actually.
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride is what is what Roger looks like. So I'm gonna take a.
It's weird. I really like Danny McBride, but I feel less sorry for Roger now that he's Danny McBride.
He's more part of the team.
Yeah. Well, look at the guy underneath that hat. Like I know the helmet's kind of hiding it a little bit, but that kind of looks like Danny McBride.
Yep.
He's got a little bit of extra on his chin, and yeah.
If you want to see Danny McBride as a competent individual, watch the new Alien movie, because he's competent in that. Like, he's not an asshole. There's a bunch of assholes in that movie, though. There's a bunch of problems with it. Everybody's an idiot. Everybody's a moron.
So he seemed pretty smart. He knew about dragons, and he liked collecting lore. So I think we're going to make a weird build for him. It's not going to be the most optimal one. He's going to turn himself into a crossbow fighter.
Cool. Nice.
Let's do that.
So crossbow fighter. So the 3 training points would be rapid, reload, crossbow.
Yep.
And
there's Roger. Yeah. We could switch up his picture. I'm sure there's a bazillion.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Just sort of looking all grumpy with the mane.
All I can think of in that expression is "you fucked me."
He might be grumpy for a while, just like the Magnus, picture for a while. Nakumi Ball basically says, "There has never been a more sorry group that I have had the misfortune of training. Go, die for your gods, and be done with it."
All right.
it was fun training with you.
I plan on living. Thanks, Master.
May you sacrifice yourselves well, and don't tell anyone that I had any claw in your upbringing.
Bye-bye. He's really nice compared to the rock guys. The rock guys are really hard to read. With him, you know where you're at, which is, like, really, really low.
Now you guys can say that you were trained in the City of Pagodas. Like, you received some training here, and some of you, it set you on the path for future greatness. Okay, so we've got Roger. And we need to first, however, do Zamicles and the Stygian soldiers, Eric and the other Imperial soldiers match first.
Okay.
So basically, you guys don't know what you're fighting. Would he have told you? Yes, you guys are in the dungeons of. You're kind of herded into the dungeons. You have all the gear that you want on you, which includes some of the armor from your captured area, which kind of scares you that you were just allowed to take this stuff. Roger is with you. He's looking absolutely miserable. Radamer is not with you.
Are we like better armor, like guard armor, or?
There was guard armor, as I mentioned before, in the Caravan of Lies loot page. There are armor all the way up to breastplate.
Ireland can throw some breastplate on.
Breastplates and chain shirts. So go ahead and no, it's not. Go ahead and loot from there.
Right.
And you probably want to pick that beforehand. You guys are waiting, and wrapped in chains are this sorry lot. This sorry lot was not allowed to put on any armor better than leather armor. And
they
don't have any weapons. Zamicles is finally finally ungagged, however, and you get to speak to him. Basically, you're sitting in this dungeon. There are some porculi that are blocking you from seeing outside, although you can hear the crowd, the din of the draconic crowd outside, and they're hissing, and this drone that's going on, some gonging and some cheers. You don't know draconic singing. Oh, that's all weird. Finally, Zamicles gets ungagged, like he kind of spits out his gag. Oh, you're going to be so dead if I encounter you out there. I certainly hope that our battle will be against you.
I think we beat your ass one time when it was tilted in your favor, so we'll probably beat your ass again now that it's at least even.
You're a fucking traitor, says Eric to Roger. I didn't have a choice in this. Yes, you did.
Right.
You could have shot them, and I'd be where you are right now. Fucking traitor. The gods will know. The five-faced god will know what you've done.
Yeah, they'll know that we kind of fucked him over a little bit, and I feel really bad. I really do.
That assumes that I worship the five-faced god, says Roger.
Yeah, buddy. We're going to champion god. Come to the champion realm with us. It's going to be awesome. We're going to fight forever in the afterlife.
What the hell does that mean? You went native? I don't know, is what Roger says. Now I get to channel Danny McBride.
So +6.
Oh, yes, you are going to be so dead. What is stopping me from breathing on you right now? In that nice metal chair of
your
yours.
fight?
Oh, you think you're so smart, don't you, Samuel?
Well, you see what happens when you're with the lady and you're trying to perform and you don't want to, if you do it too quick, then you can't really, I know you know what I mean.
Nope.
Yeah, you probably don't.
Guys come down. There's a runner that comes down. It's actually Joram the Hin comes down. I have your matches. You're not going to like this very much. Well, I haven't liked much of the last greater part of the month. Perhaps you could bring some good news.
Is there any debris in our cell?
Well, you could actually walk up to the guys that are all chained together. They're all chained. You're not. You've got a bunch of items on you and weapons. They don't.
I just want a pebble because I'm going to flick a pebble at Zamicles.
Zamicles kind of blinks away as you get hit by the pebble, and you're tormenting him a little bit. Yes. So it does appear that there are 3 dragonborn that you're going to have to fight. He's addressing these guys.
Oh.
I would, however, conserve your spells and powers. These 3 dragonborn are... they are copper, which means, and he thinks for a moment, acid.
All right. Duck and roll.
Just looking at the Hin like he's not afraid of no acid, but maybe he's full of fear. He's just sort of...
we just have to knock him out, right?
No, this is a condemned match, and they expect them to die. They may have been promised freedom if they kill all of you. The lucky thing is that there are only 3 of them.
Arlen, can you duck and roll in your chair?
I do not know. I do not know how they are. They are unblooded.
That means it's a surprise.
Yes, you can thank Radamer for that. He saved you from having to fight something more terrible. What about our fight? What are we fighting? Their leftovers? No. You are part of the special festivities, as apparently they breed in this place something called hydra.
Do Do they hail the hydra?
Well, maybe you can breathe on that.
Speaking of breath, these are Fulgurian hydra.
Oh yeah, Fogurian. That's
That clears it up.
Much akin to cryo or pyro hydra, Fulgurian hydra are, well, it says here that they might be the blood of Chella herself.
So Fogurian breathe fog?
Electricity. Shocking.
Ah.
And if they are the blood of Chella, that suggests that the heads may be draconic in nature. Your group is fighting the Fulgurian hydra first, and when it's done with all of you, you get to go and try to kill it.
What?
So that's why we're not supposed to use the spells for the 3 Goombas.
Yes. He looks
Same
worried.
day fight.
That's Wait a sec. We didn't negotiate very good, did we?
That's
Give me a sense motive.
bullshit is what that is.
I don't think you understand. I will breathe on them right now if we're going to fight something that has shock. It would not be advised. You should save your strength. There will be a point where perhaps the others will join you in combat against the Fulgurians. It is whenever the dragons will blow this horn 3 times.
You might want to take one of those breath potion things. It makes you fiery.
Yes, can I have one of the fiery things? There will be fire on the field. I was told several times for some reason that there will be grand bonfires. And I would suggest not being pushed into the pit. I have heard that the spawn of the Fulgurian hydras that are her spawn are fond of pushing things into the pit. Don't worry about killing this thing. Apparently, she has lots of spawn, and this is just the youngster that has crawled out and has grown large enough to participate in this season's games.
I would like to roll a knowledge. Planes or religion?
What's the question?
I want to know about hydras and I don't have arcane.
Okay, knowledge religion.
16.
Well, you heard, while you were in Drakkar, people worship the spirit of Chella, the great dragon. She was a blue dragon, and she was the mother of this clan of dragons, and they worship her as a local deity. Some say that her spirit is still out there and feeds off the games, and that her lair is haunted, and it's only the priests that can assuage her, and that blood assuages her as well. So, so if these Hydra are the spawn of her, then maybe they might have draconic or half dragon templates.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
Smart
encouraged.
enough to ask how many
That
heads
is
there
not
are. I want to know the answer.
That does not encourage me in the least.
Tiamat is better. I don't want to spawn a Tiamat in here.
So cryo means cold in Latin, pyro means fire in Latin, and fulgur means, I think, lightning.
Thoro. No, that's the wrong one. Oh, no. Zuso.
I am unsure as to how much of the blood is in this line. They take this very seriously, and, well, you are all the honored sacrifice if you cannot win. If you can win, you may actually receive a prize from the dragon people. And I have heard that those prizes are considerable. It was the fact that pushed Radamer over the edge. I'm going to see Radamer have his own head stuck up his own necromantic ass.
There's a pebble flying at...
Is there anything else that is required? You can give me a sense motive if you want.
Yeah.
I will do a sense motive,
I will do a sense
because that is now a skill for me.
It was a skill.
Uh-oh. Snowbeard knows when you're lying. He knows
18.
when you're awake.
That don't sound right. I think you're a liar. I got an 18. Sense motive.
18. He has something up his sleeve. He wants to tell you guys something, but he doesn't want to do it in front of Zamocles. Zamocles doesn't pick up on this fact, even though he knows him really well. He rolled really shitty. He's more concentrating on. So tell me why I shouldn't breathe on you now, little fuck.
Because we're going to give you one of your damn potions so that you could use your breath against the hydra and maybe live. You fire things. Our fire things. Radamer's fire things. Radamer will give you one of his fire things.
You would do that? I am not allowed to present you with anything. He almost said master, Zamocles. Oh, it will be master again. Soon enough, Joram. I'll find a way out of this. Trust me, I will. Joram looks frightened a little bit, but he straightens his back, and if that is all, I wish you all the best, and may you go to whatever gods and fuck you, you little fucking in. I'll show you gods.
A little pebble goes flying at Eric.
Yep.
Hey, Eric. I'm begging you to survive till we get in there. I'm begging you.
Yeah, I'll be ready for you. I'll be ready for you.
I'll take us both down into that pit just to see what happens to you.
Yeah, so you better watch out, says Roger. Eric just gives him stink eye. Do any of you speak Draconic?
No.
Does Draconic sound a lot like Hin?
So,
exactly like it.
do you want me to do the opening speech, or is it just the okay? All right. Mark's like,
Freaking Klingon up in there.
Dragon roar! Dragon roar!
let's see who's making the speach. We'll say it's this
sounds like fire.
blue dragon noble and his dragonborn noblewoman who's white, because the whites are sluts.
All slots.
Do we have a basic ability score array for Roger?
No, we'll have to roll.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to actually move the soldiers and Zamocles to the Pit of Drakkar. So small. So small.
Hey,
buddies.
Uh,
All right, there are two really important people. We'll call it Grand Poobah and Grand Poobah's Grand Poobah at the Grand Poobah at this place, which everyone he raises his hand, and you get the sense that everyone's cheering at him. You'll see him a little bit later. Is probably some sort of like near dragon creature. He's got the huge spine of a blue dragon. And there's his white dragon that also raises her hand, and the two of them seem to get cheered. Like the people of this place love this person. He does have a cadre of guards around him that are all reds.
Huh.
There are non-chromatics in the crowd as well, but apparently the blues are still at the height of this weird caste system in Drakkar.
The masters are eventually going to come here to show the supremacy of the red dragon.
Magnus is coming. He'll show them how fucking fight.
Magnus riding all three masters riding in their own saddle on Zargon's back. Pew pew pew. It's the Millennium Dragon.
Why would I want to wage war on these dragon people?
All right. If you guys are interested in what Arlen's doing, he's got his sword and a light crossbow and breastplate. Can I use a buckler and a light crossbow at the same time?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, he's doing a really good job. They sound really excited.
We're quite
You can hear all sorts of horns, like and some drumming. Like,
Stubborn's just like, must be my fate.
It's a pleasure fighting with all of you.
Well, isn't it fun to go to, like, meet new people in new places and see new things?
and then
Kill some dragons.
To fight a hydra thingy?
all right, so you notice that your little buddy Joram is bribing a guard to leave the inner porculus open, so you guys can actually watch the match.
Nice.
So I'm gonna yes. Yes is what he says.
What was it you wanted to tell us earlier?
Oh, I have potions for you, is what he says. Well, more so Radamer has potions for you. He only has 3.
Healers.
No, he says that Arlen should be able to do it on his own. He's got 3 potions of electrical resistance. However, you're going to have to make a decision who gets them, and then how do you use them? Remember, you've got the coppers, right? They're acid. So here's 3 resistance, and here's 1 resistance to acid.
Okay.
This is all that we could find at the last moment. We only found out specifically who you would be fighting today.
All right. I guess that's a good work and stuff. He's trying to be nice and ends up patting him on the head.
He's like,
Don't worry, Ugg and I will duck and roll.
Okay, apparently there's somebody that is being announced in the crowd. They say, Crash Gagra! Zengar! Crash Gagra! Boo! There's a bunch of boos and hisses as they announce what sounds like Zengar. Zengar's there. It's the beginning of the games.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's find a good token for Zengar. He's also blue.
Yeah, Lucas, we were warned
There's Zengar.
that we
There's
probably should save our spells.
There's Duke Zengar. Put the Pit of Drakkar. So he's got his own private box, probably above everyone else. This is
What's in the box?
Duke Zengar the 4th. Yeah, he has a bunch of young-looking dragonborn, all blue in color, that are around him. Blues still seem to have like this really strong position in their society. See, there's the Duke with his family.
He could scratch his chest with his own chin. Like, just give it a good.
Whoever is doing the announcing seems to be good at turning the crowd's boos and hisses into praise. It looks like Zamocles, Stygian soldiers, and the others. Are they going out first? You have 2 fights to do, so I guess you guys are going to go out first, and then they'll go out, and then you'll go out again.
Okay.
So they've been brought out into the wings, and they're chained up for a future fight, but they're not actually part of this first fight. So they get brought to the far side of the pit, and then I need to find your tokens again. I seem to have lost them.
We're on Pit of Drakkar, or not? Sorry, not that one. The other one. The city.
City of Pagodas. There we go. As the group of you and a chair.
All right.
Squeak. So question, Marty. When I move 20 feet, that's just a move, and then I get my action, right?
Yep.
Okay. But I can't like.
But
Pick
you can't
something
like
up.
hold a weapon while you're moving.
Well, I can put it on my lap, right? I'm not gonna stow away, roll, and like just throw it on my lap and off we go.
Okay, so you guys are given a little bit of a show. You get to watch some of the other matches. The Zamicles and the others are basically chained off to the side for a while. They too get to watch some matches. You see four heavily armored red dragonborn just slaughter a bunch of kobolds. The kobolds, something, they are heretics, something. Of course, none of you speak dragon, so there's just a lot of death. They end up pushing the bodies into the pit, and chucking some of the weapons into the pit as well. The four heavily armed dragonborn served basically no purpose but to whip up the crowd, to begin to whet their appetite for blood, scale, flesh, and death. The morning matinees continue, where basically justice is being enacted. There is a human dressed in white robes that gets introduced as the magistrate. The magistrate is sitting up with some of these important nobles, and the magistrate basically starts some of the matches. People cheer that the magistrate has brought a lot of people that are condemned. When finally there are three dragonborn that are brought out. You don't speak Draconic, so you don't know what their crimes are.
Jaywalking.
It may have something to do with the fact that they are copper in color, although you'd be hard-pressed to figure out the difference between copper and bronze. They may be mixed dragonborn blood, but they are definitely low in the caste here. There's some cheering, and they're on the far side of the pit, seizing some weapons very quickly that have been scattered haphazardly in the sands. When finally you guys are introduced, you don't know
booze all day long.
They don't use your proper names. They say something about necro something, and something about foreign.
Oh, we're getting
Sam
booed.
goes out going, woo! Anyway.
Sam, you go out, and the crowd is basically is cheering for blood and wants to see certain things happen. You're not too sure exactly what they want to happen. Maybe it won't be a loss either way. Maybe these criminals will die, or maybe these foreigners will die. Foreigners, some of which are human, which represent the empire that has basically got this whole civilization of theirs under their boot heel. Ugg comes out, and there's a few oohs and ahs at that. They're pointing at Snowbeard and how ugly he is, perhaps. They're laughing at Arlen, who's like, they think Arlen's totally dead because of the chair that he is in. The sands are not friendly for Arlen. Your wheeled chair in the sands are considered difficult terrain.
So
We need a flying
10-foot move speed?
10
for
foot
the
move
acid
speed.
one, either somebody who's going to draw the breath should drink it, or Arlen should drink it to protect him. One of the two.
With finality, the portcullis closes behind you.
Let's get through the first fight before we worry about it.
No. The acid one won't help against the lightning thing.
Arlen loads his crossbow. I can bless us. I can bless us before the
resistance?
fight.
Okay.
As the fight goes off, I'll bless us.
Any range weapons that you brought into the fight, you've only been given 6 ammunition for them.
6. Okay, I'll just
6.
take that 50 off.
Is there going to be a chance to resupply before the next one?
There may be. You're basically told to come back into the portcullis
Okay.
area.
What
into
did
the
they
entrance
have
area when
across
you're
the
done.
pit for weapons?
Let's see what they have. So let me roll some dice. The bigger I roll, the bigger the weapon is. So the first guy picked up a longsword and a shield.
No, real weapons.
The middle guy, so Dragonborn Grunt and Dragonborn Grunt 2. he picks up a lucerne hammer.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Kill that one.
And the young dragonborn warrior that's wrong place, wrong time. He
Nice.
has a battle axe and a shield. The shields are heavy shields.
Remember, they will likely use their acid first.
Yeah, so either I think I should take the acid and try to get them to breathe on me. Be really annoying.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
All right,
I can do that.
I think I need to roll initiative as
Yeah.
they have seized their weapons and they chat with each other a little bit as you guys are chatting, and initiative needs to be rolled.
There was a firefight.
There was a firefight indeed. So I'm gonna go to the
Actually,
combat
it'll
sheet.
be an acid fight, but there was an acid fight.
Magnus shows up. Ah!
No, unfortunately Magnus is not here.
Yeah,
Or maybe it's good that Magnus isn't here.
It's good that Magnus isn't here
this is probably not going to be a good.
because I don't want anybody thinking that anybody in this room is more important than Sam. Sam's the most important person in this room.
No, he is not.
right after Arlen, we all know. All right,
Everybody knows that the crowd's going to save Ugg.
Listen, if X-Men comics have taught me anything, it's that the guy in the wheelchair always has to be saved.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. We've got the Dragonborn on here. They're going to roll 12. Zamicles, not here. Sam,
6.
Ooh, 2.
Snowbeard,
I got a 14.
Edward. Somebody roll for him.
I didn't. Here, I'll roll for him.
The audience hero points right now are Frozen Gnomes, Randomly, and Quinta have hero points, and Drakester has got a villain.
Oh, Drakester.
Two for Edward. Ugg.
Oh, I'll roll for Ugg.
And Little Man's mod went up by 1.
Who, Arlen or Sam?
Sam's.
Sam's at a 5. Okay.
Ugg got a
5, and then Arlen, what is your initiative modifier? Is it -1?
0.
0?
So, oh wait, minus
no,
1.
-1.
Okay.
Minus 1.
And then
Wait, is
what
it -1 because of the wheelchair?
No.
No,
your
because your
dex.
dex is 9.
Okay, so yeah, it is -1, sir.
Okay, and what did you roll?
2. Very.
First in the next round. Okay, what are you guys doing? Snowbeard is the first act. You guys are miles away, basically, in the sand. You do see that this pit goes down further than what you can see at your angle, and the sand is sort of drifting lazily from the slight breeze that is in the arena.
Okay.
The young dragonborn warrior you can see is sort of looking at the other two. The other two seem to be talking and like planning something.
So sorry. What do they have for weapons? They got longsword.
Yeah, it's on their token. So longsword and heavy
yeah, okay, I
wooden
just wanna make
shield,
sure that, yeah, there's no
a lucerne hammer, and a battle axe and a heavy wooden shield.
So Marty, how many of us got long range weapons?
Whatever
I have
weapon.
Arlen has one. And what's his name? Roger has
Roger.
one.
Yep.
So we have 12 rounds of ammo.
Yep.
Okay,
Roger's going,
Arlen gives it.
They didn't
Arlen
fucking
gives
give me a
his
full
6.
quiver. That's what they
Arlen gives Roger his 6. Like I can't use.
Oh
these
right,
for
Roger.
shit. Roger
Roger
use any
has
of these.
a what on his dex? Oh, did we roll for Roger?
We didn't roll Roger's stats.
Let's roll for Roger. Let's roll for Roger.
All right. I'm going to step away for a minute because I'm going to have an
I'm
accident.
gonna roll Roger.
Without...
Gladiator
Pee on your dog,
stats.
dude. It'll
So
soak up the
let's see. Random character power for Roger We need a percentile, no, a D8 roll to see what method by which we will roll up Roger's stats. D8.
5.
Mark got a 5. All right. 3d6 placed. Replace 1 with 14. That's veto. Let's veto
not
that.
Great.
Roll a
that's
D8.
Yeah.
The placed part is not too bad.
Oh.
8. Heroic. 2d6 plus 6 placed. Replaced 1 roll with 14.
Roger's gonna be the man.
All right. So that seems a little bit better. So why don't we start rolling the Oops. That's not what I want. I want our faces back, and I want map tools back. All right. So Roger.
His stats are
Let the stream roll.
freaking awesome. He's got his 18, 17, 16,